Oh my
Preparing to live
gosh.
stream the meeting. Okay, so we are just let you know we are about to go live on YouTube, and I am going to do a summary. Oh, and I have to mute it because I can hear my voice. Hello, YouTubers. I am happy to be here today. So earlier today, oh, well, first of all, where am I? I'm at home in Portland, Oregon. But where am I in the larger sense? I am at Spinnaker After Dark. And this is an event at Spinnaker Gardening Days where it gives an opportunity for folks who aren't in US-based time zones to enjoy the event just as much as all of us do. This is an experiment. And by the way, I want your feedback on what times are best for you to join the event and what you think would work across time zones. But this is what we were trying for now. So what I'd like to do now is
Wait, Roz,
what?
you need to introduce yourself.
Oh,
Who are you?
I'm Rosalind Benoit. I'm the director of community at Armory. I work on building the Spinnaker community. I'm also the chair of the Continuous Delivery Foundation Outreach Committee, and I am the organizer of Spinnaker Gardening Days.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much for being here today. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you a summary of what we talked about. And what's so cool about that is that I can do that by looking at a repository on GitHub. So let me do that now. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully there's nothing terribly embarrassing for folks live on YouTube to see. I doubt it. All right, so here we go. Where am I? Where I am right now is on the browser with a lot of tabs, but also I am on github.com/Spinnaker hackathon/gardening, and I am in the README file. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you all. So there is information about this event at spinnaker.io/community/gardening. So this, if I could use my keyboard, that would be helpful. So there's a lot of information about the event here, and this is a great place to go. And we're going to be referencing some links to this page. But for like quick and dirty event information, a lot of that lives here. And the other important thing about this organization is that this is where all of our hackathon projects are stored. And when you create your hackathon project, whatever kind of project it is, a great place to store it is here in GitHub, because that will earn you points. And more on points. What do I mean by that in just a moment? So today, what do we talk about at the kickoff? And I'm going to be like looking off the screen, but that's okay. All right. So sad news first, we were not able to take a video of the kickoff because we had technical difficulties. That won't happen again. We're able to record and stream live on YouTube now, as you can see. Here is a summary of what we discussed at the kickoff call today. First of all, Spinnaker Slack and GitHub accounts are required for full participation in gardening days. So make sure you sign up for Spinnaker Slack at join.spinnaker.io to get your Slack account and engage with us in the gardening general channel. That's our starting point, and that's where you should jump in and join us in this event. To check into Spinnaker Gardening Days, and when I say check in, I mean you'll give us your GitHub handle and some other information, just a few pieces of information, and we will add that GitHub handle to the contribution tracking doc, and we'll also add you to the Spinnaker Hackathon organization so that you can create those repositories that I mentioned. So you'll also provide in that survey the address where we should send your swag and your prizes and all of that good stuff. Yeah. So to do that check-in, go to go.armory.io/gardening-check-in, and that's where you will be able to fill out that survey. And yeah. So next thing, I want to give a big thanks to our compute sponsor, AWS. So Amazon Web Services offered us some some compute to cover all of the participant compute for this event so that folks can hack for free and not have to worry about cloud compute costs. So we're able to provide a managed environment for hackathon participants to hack in. And you can read more about that training and development environment here in the doc, and I will summarize that with this link. My link is not linking. What's up with that? All right, I got to investigate that. But for now, so we are going to offer 2 sessions of a new Spin contributors walkthrough workshop. We already offered one today, so we have one more coming tomorrow. We did videotape the training and we are posting that. We haven't actually received the video from Zoom yet, so I'm sorting that out on my end, and I will post it ASAP. But there is another session tomorrow happening at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and that's Friday, July 17th. In this walkthrough, you will get a managed sandbox environment in AWS EKS, thanks to our compute sponsor, Amazon. And each participant is going to be assigned their own namespace in the EKS cluster with access to that namespace only. Participants will install Spinnaker there and then use telepresence to set up a local development environment for Spinnaker services that's connected to the remote Kubernetes cluster in EKS. With that set up, our wonderful instructor, Fernando, and his TAs will walk you through making code changes to Spinnaker services, Orca, and Deck. So you can kind of see making the changes to multiple services, including one in the presentation layer. And then you can use that creating a new stage as an example task for contributing to Spinnaker. After the workshops, we're going to share a recording. I already said that. We're also offering a plugin development workshop, and participants in the plugin development workshop, which is happening tomorrow morning, Pacific time, 11 a.m. So that's July 17th at 11 a.m. Pacific. You'll need to have Kubernetes running in Spinnaker running in Kubernetes to follow along. The new Spin Contributor Workshop will give you that and give you an environment with Spinnaker running in Kubernetes. So that's one option, but you're welcome to use your own Spinnaker on Kubernetes environment if you prefer. If anyone would like to join one of those trainings and you weren't able to get a ticket on Eventbrite, go ahead and join Spinnaker Slack, hop into Gardening General and ping me or ping someone. I'll see your message. And I can probably hook you up with a seat in the course. So just let us know if you would like to join that. All right, what else have I got here? All right, Spinnaker Gardening Days is a hackathon where attendees are forming teams to work on Spinnaker projects of their choice and or making individual contributions to the project. So first of all, we have our team projects. Teams that are able to demo something by the demo time, which is happening on July 23rd, next week. Those projects will be judged by our team of experts, which is the on-call gardeners, the match advisors, and some of the organizers of the event. And winners will be chosen in each challenge category. When I say challenge category, what am I talking about? Let me show you. So in this event, we have 4 challenges. Now note, these challenges are kind of a framework, loose framework for how we want to reward participants for joining teams and completing their projects. I don't want you to get the sense that these are like prescriptive categories that you have to fit your project into. If you have a project that doesn't quite fit into one of these categories, talk to us in Gardening General and we'll figure it out, because we want to support you working on Spinnaker the way that makes sense for you and your SDLC. But we came up with some ideas to inspire you and to reward you. So we've got the Retrofit 500. That great name was contributed by Perry Kyle of Snap, by the way. In this challenge, you'll fix bugs. Particularly, you can start by creating higher quality and more descriptive error messages for 500 errors. But for this challenge, importantly, you kind of need to have in mind a 500 error that you are able to reproduce, or you understand how to precipitate in your environment, or something that you've seen in order to be able to work on it. So that's kind of a prerequisite for this challenge. And for folks who, even if you don't want to work on a 500 error, if you have thoughts on one that would be good, please post those in Gardening General. Next challenge is the plugin challenge. And on our kickoff call, we had Ryan Pay, a product manager at Armory, talking to the team about plugins and the plugin framework. He wrote a really great blog post on the Spinnaker community blog about plugins. So I recommend that you check that out. Go to the Spinnaker community blog. I believe it's blog.spinnaker.io. There's a great post on plugins there that walks you through a lot of the stuff that Ryan will talk to you about. But in the plugin challenge, you'll collaborate with some Armory engineers and with your team to customize Spinnaker with a plugin, and a lot more information on that at blog.spinnaker.io. And we have one team already that is building a plugin for integration with HashiCorp's Nomad, which is very exciting. That team is Gardening Team Nomad in Slack. Gardening-team-nomad. The next challenge that we have here is the Automate Your SDLC challenge. This challenge is about sharing content. So when I say content, there are lots of different kinds of content that we can talk about, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a little bit when I scroll back up to the top. But yeah, when I say content, I think there are a lot of different things that can mean, and I want to have an expansive definition for this event. If you have content that you think is helpful for the community, you should contribute that. And some of that means talking about how you use Spinnaker at your company, how you've used it to solve a particular problem, what integrations do you have in your SDLC, what does your SDLC look like, what do your pipelines look like. But another way to look at it is, especially if you're someone who's new to Spinnaker, or you're a new operator, or you're an end user, this is an opportunity to share your workflows with the community and get rewarded for that. And it's really helpful for folks to see short videos that show other people walking them through their workflows. And we're not looking for super polished content. We're looking for authentic user-generated content that you think will be helpful for the community. Lastly, the SIG challenges, super excited about this. We have a couple of SIGs, and I think I'm going to scroll back up here because I have more information about this here. Yeah, 2 of our SIGs are sponsoring teams for the hackathon. So first up, the Ops SIG met this morning, and we are working on dynamic accounts automation. So you can visit this operations SIG in SIG-ops to get involved in this very exciting project. And there are some real experts on dynamic accounts provisioning who are working on the project. So it's a good opportunity to get some great knowledge about scaling Spinnaker. The security SIG is also sponsoring a team, and they are working on threat models for Spinnaker for services and deployment endpoints. And note here that they're really not looking, I mean, if you're a security expert and you want to join this team, that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not a security expert and you're interested in this, or maybe you have some experience with Spinnaker that might be relevant, you should bring that to this if you're interested, because the SIG leads have let us know that they're really looking for diverse perspectives, because for security problems, it's really important to get a different range of experience around the problem so that you can identify any holes or biases in your approach to security. So to get involved in that, check out the SIG security channel in Spinnaker Slack. And note that we're doing team stuff for the SIGs in the SIG channels so that we can have continuity in those SIG channels for folks who are part of the SIG already or will be part of the SIG in the future and need context. All right, now let's talk a little bit about individual contributions. So individual contributions are okay, we have a list. We have a list of individual contributions. So I'll click on that first. This is spinnaker.io/community/gardening/what to hack. So when I'm on the what to hack page here, I have a nice list of ideas of ways that I can earn points. Every single one of the things on the list are points eligible contributions in themselves. The most obvious ones, of course, are GitHub events in Spinnaker organization repositories or Spinnaker hackathon organization repositories. All of those contributions are not automatically, but they are being counted in a thing that I will link to soon. I should link to that now. So all of our points are being linked, are being tracked in, oh my gosh, what happened? Well, I just found an error in my update. Let me see if I have another. Let's see, what's the tracking doc? It's go.armory.io/contributors, I think. Yep. So I made an error. I'll fix that link later. Don't open an issue for that because I'm going to fix it before you do. All right, so this is my spreadsheet, and right now I can go ahead and run this query again just to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Add-ons, here we go. Refresh, we'll refresh this, but this Spinnaker Gardening Days contributor tab, this is where folks who are registered for the event, their contributions will show up. So the GitHub events are listed here, and then I will manually add the content and web contributions in the second row, second column. And how will I add those to the second column? Well, it's up to you when you make a contribution that's not code or that's not a GitHub event, to post in the Gardening General channel with your evidence of what your contribution was. Screenshots are great because then people get to see it right there in the window, but also links, of course. Post those things in Gardening General as you contribute, and then the organizers will count those and add them to the sheet. All right, where was I? I was somewhere. All right. Yeah, so contributions that are GitHub events will be counted with no additional action from you and will appear on the tracking doc once it's processed. And you need to post evidence of other types of contributions. This is also, I should also edit this. I want to give you a few other tips on content contributions. If you're making video content, this is me giving you tips on how to game our point system. If you're making video content, playlists with shorter videos are going to earn you more points than single long videos. So instead of dumping one long video, if you can make some shorter content, not only is that more modular and generally easier for viewers to consume, it will also get you more points in our points structure. So keep that in mind. To write a blog post for Spinnaker, lots of different things that you can do. First of all, and I didn't put this on here, but I will later. And I don't think I said this at the kickoff either, but if you're doing a blog post and you want to get points for it, I think it's totally fine for you to create a repository in GitHub and put your blog post in there if you want, because then we have a record of it there. And that's a place for you to compose it. But you can also create a Medium account or use your Medium account and post the blog to Medium, and then organizers will be able to post that article to the Spinnaker community blog, which is also on Medium. If you want to publish your blog post to your own blog or your company's blog first instead, you're welcome to do that, and then we can cross-post it to the Spinnaker community blog, and let us know in Gardening General if you need help doing that. There's a ton of really cool new content in the videos from Spinnaker Live. If you got the chance to check out Spinnaker Live, it's a really cool virtual conference that we did last month. Watch the videos from that, and if you can, write a tech blog about one of the breakout sessions, or an article based on one of the keynotes, one of the panels, or one of the enterprise use case talks that we did, and that would make a great blog post or article for your contribution. And just note, the types of content and contributions you can make are not limited to my imagination. So if there's something that you want to contribute that you think would be valuable, just share it in Gardening General, and we'll talk about the eligibility, and it's likely that it'll be in your favor. Like Twitch, I think Twitch streams are super awesome. I don't really use Twitch. It makes me feel old. But I can't wait to check it out. Once you make a Spinnaker Twitch stream, that will force me to go check it out, and then I'm sure I will get it.
Challenge accepted, Roz. Challenge accepted.
Do it. Do it. All right. Okay, so also one other thing I want to show you is quick details about our prizes. So for individual prizes, you'll rack up those points, as I said. Everybody who joins the event gets a shirt. And when you check in, you'll also get a DoorDash gift card. But also, we are going to be handing out prizes. So folks who earn 15 points get a Raspberry Pi Zero W, which is a cool wireless Arduino board. And folks who earn 30 points will get one of those, Raspberry Pi Zero W, and you'll also get a crystal growing hedgehog. This link is a video. You should check it out. The next tier is Toy Hacker, and those folks will earn a Sphero mini ball, which is a really cool programmable robot ball. People loved it in the last hackathon, so we brought it back. Next one is Robot Hacker. We have really cool robot you can get for 70 points. It's a Cosmo, and it's also apparently very popular on Twitch. So I really need to get on there and check it out. Lastly, if you get up to 100 points, we will find you a Nintendo Switch Lite. It might take a while, but we will send it to you. And I can't wait to see how many 100-point contributors we have. For team prize packages, those are a little more modest because we're already giving folks individual prizes to recognize their point totals, but we will be offering $150 to first prize winning teams to distribute amongst the team members and $100 for runner-up teams to distribute amongst the teammates. And those prizes will be in the form of Amazon gift cards since AWS is our lovely compute sponsor.
Yay,
All right.
Amazon.
Yay, Amazon. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us. And, you know, Amazon's not just supporting us with compute. We also have a lot of really great Amazon engineers who are not only participating in the event, but they're out there every day contributing to Spinnaker, developing the cloud drivers and making sure that they interface with all the really cool features and services that AWS offers to their customers. So we're really grateful to AWS for their contributions in the Spinnaker community and their support for us trying to build the community bigger and make it better. Thank you. What else we got here? Did I say anything? Oh, yeah. So another way that you can get, there are going to be random additional ways for you to get points throughout the week. So that's another reason for you to stay engaged in the Gardening General channel and show up to our events, because as you do that, you might hear a new opportunity to earn points or a new project idea that would be something that you would want to tackle. So look out for those opportunities. And the first one of those, this isn't on the prize list, but it will be soon. Participants can get 1 point for filling out our deployment survey. And I'm going to click on it here. Jesus, Rosalind. Sorry. Oh, that's on the recording now. My goodness, Rosalind. So let's go to go.armory.io/deployment survey. This is what happens when I don't sleep before I write links. And now I'm going to have to stay up later to fix the links. I'm a glutton for punishment. All right, so this is just a simple Spinnaker questionnaire. It does not collect any personal data from you. So this is not should not be infringing on your privacy. This is anonymized, an anonymized survey. The questions were put together by AWS and Armory, and the goal is to get more information about how you manage your deployments so that we can improve the quality of your ability to deliver with Spinnaker. And the cool thing about this is you not only get 1 point for filling it out, but we will also make a small donation, $10 to $20, to the charity of your choice from these 3 choices that we've provided here. So this is a really great and simple way to give back, which is something we all really want to do right now. One way to give back is collaborating and being open-minded and welcoming with your collaborators, because that can really empower people in the community, and that's really important. But this is another super easy way to contribute and give back while you're doing it. So what else do we have here?
Roz, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Who are our other sponsors for this lovely event?
Armory. It's just Armory.
It's just us. We're here.
It's Armory. And Armory is Armory Enterprise for Spinnaker. is our product, and we are very proud of it. And you can check out our product and read more about who we are at armory.io. We would love to see you there, and we're so grateful to you for joining us for this event. What else do I feel like there's one more thing I was going to add, but I don't know. I actually think that was a pretty good rundown of what we talked about. Oh, this thing is misplaced. Oh, and I just thought of something else. So this is misplaced, but this is another one of those like semi-random but really cool ideas that has come out, and we have a team that is interested in working on this. And what team is that? I should remember that. The team that is working on this one is gardening team. Which one is it? Crickets? Yeah. So gardening team Crickets, their name, it's awesome, is potentially working on this issue that was open. It's 5888. And this is an exciting project to integrate CloudWatch, to use CloudWatch for monitoring, and integrate that with Kayenta for your canary analyses. So this is an exciting project that you can check out, and I just wanted to make that visible. And another exciting project, so like let's say you're just trying to get started in the community and maybe content isn't your thing, or maybe you're doing content but you also want to rack up more points and do more stuff. The documentation SIG is an excellent place to get started with that, and that's at SIG-documentation. And one of the projects that you could, well, there's two projects off the top of my head that I can think about. First of all, the documentation SIG itself is working on a huge project right now, and that is migration of spinnaker.github.io, our site, which you know is spinnaker.io, migrating that to Hugo, which is a different static site generator, and it's going to give us it's going to be better in a lot of different ways, going to have an improved user experience. And we're also working on improving the content while we're doing the refresh, improving the organization and usability of our docs, which I know is incredibly important to the community, and we care a lot about that. So we're working hard on that project right now, and there are a few different ways that you can get involved. You can potentially help us to write content. You can give us feedback on the organization or on the plan. And you can also, so one of the things that we found is that Hugo defaults to, like for the short description of pages that we see in our browsers, it defaults to grabbing the first 70 characters off of the page to create those. And it has mixed results, right? So one thing that you could do would be to volunteer to write those short descriptions. So kind of consume the content on the page and see what's in there, and then type up a short description that's better than the first 70 characters and add those. So if you're interested in doing a project like that or some other documentation project, we're very open. Join us in SIG-documentation, and we can get you going on something cool. And I'm trying to think if there are any other, there is a list of beginner friendly issues that I will continue to post. Oh, it's because I misspelled beginner. So if I go to issues and I look for the tag beginner friendly, this is another great short list, and this is on the what to hack list, but this is a great place to find some issues that might be cool to tackle, especially if you're new to developing with Spinnaker. Maybe you're just taking the workshop and you're trying to see like what you can use to get your feet wet. This is a great place to start. So I really think that's it. If you'd like to check in for the event, you can go to go.armory.io/gardening-check-in. If you'd like to make a charitable donation and receive a point by filling out our deployment survey, you should do so by going to go.armory.io/deployment survey. And I will fix those links in the doc. And I am very grateful to you for watching this video and catching up on our kickoff. And I can't wait to see. Already, I'm so excited about the collaboration. How do you feel about the collaboration you've seen? Augustus, what do you think? Do you think people are collaborating a little bit? Do you think is it gonna be a good event?
Yeah, for sure. There's plenty of documentation, guidelines how to do it. So yeah, just people getting used to the Spinnaker, just trying on their own machines. So soon there will be more collaboration happening.
Yeah, I think so. And that's really our goal, is to get more collaborators into the community and just make it more warm, more welcoming, and more productive and more innovative place. And I think we can get there. So
So bright where you are right now.
this
No,
it's
Augustus
oh
is
yeah,
background.
yeah. So Augustus is in Lithuania. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's having breakfast and we are about to go to bed. And that's the beauty of this kind of event. We can all be here in the same place and we can all be united behind our shared goals while we also, make it happen for ourselves locally where we are and in our SDLCs. So on that note, I think I'm going to stop recording and stop live streaming on YouTube. So ta-ta for now. Goodbye, everybody. And you guys want to say goodbye too? Huh?
Hi.
Bye.
Thanks for joining, folks. Okay, stopping the live.